Windows 11 gets released 2 days ago. What new features Windows 11 will bring to, and the FCC says broadband is as important as electricity. All that and more next on the Computer Doctor Show.
You're listening to the Computer Doctor Show, your source for technology subjects affecting your business and personal life during this new normal. Your host is an award-winning office technician and IT specialist, author, tutor, ethical hacker, and recent winner on localbest.com as the best computer shop in Tucson. Broadcasting live, here's Aaron Moss.
Hello, Tucson and the podcast world. Welcome to the Computer Doctor Show, your headquarters for scam awareness, blockchain, science, and cutting-edge technology talk. This is episode 50. I'm Aaron Moss, your host. Good to have you with us every Saturday, and we post all of our shows and bonus content on ComputerDoctorShow.com. Again, ComputerDoctorShow.com. Our open lines, 520-790-2040. Feel free to call in anytime with your comments and questions and even complaints. We can take your calls. Co-hosting today is Chris from the Cassie the Unscrewed Theater.
Congratulations on episode 50.
50. Here we are.
Wow, I am honored to be here.
Still going strong.
Hello to the podcast world.
Yes, absolutely. The Computer Doctor Show is sponsored by Perfection Auto Works for all of your car's needs for over 30 years. Great people down there at Perfection Auto Works. We have a great show for you today, starting with the tech news happening this week. Big news, drum roll. Here we go. Windows 11 has been announced. It was announced this past Thursday,
Wow.
June 24th, 2021.
Windows 11.
Windows 11.
Wow.
We never thought we'd made it here, but here
I
we are.
am still loading Windows 10 right now. So I'm glad to hear that it's
we're
Windows
still
11.
getting all the updates for Windows 10. And,
Every other day.
Every other day. Yeah, they're out there. Now, this was just announced officially June 24th, just 2 days ago, 2021. The official release and pre-installed systems are coming later this year. So there are some people that might brag that they already have it, but they've acquired it, some bootleg version.
They got it through TikTok.
Yeah.
You can't get Windows 11 through TikTok.
Well, rumor has it there was a Chinese website that released it before it was even announced. There were some YouTubers out there that were making videos about it. So it was all. I didn't know how real it was because this was something that Microsoft already said a long time ago that Windows 10 would have been the last operating system.
Yeah.
You know, so I believed them, but here we are with Windows 11.
Here we are. It looks like Bill Gates needs something to do these days.
Okay. There's an inside tech joke with that, but here are some of the things that we need to know about Windows 11. First of all, it is going to be a free upgrade for those running Windows 10.
All right.
So if you have Windows 10, it will be a free upgrade, and it's going to come in the form of an update. You know, the same way that you keep your computer update.
Like all the other Windows 10 updates I've been getting.
Now the hope is that it's not going to be how people went from Windows 7 to Windows 10 or from Windows 8 to Windows 10. They would go to sleep at night and wake up with Windows 10 all of a sudden, you know, without notice, without anyone, or at least people said that, you know,
right.
It was
Or
without notice.
Perhaps they could be doing a show at Unscrewed Theater in the tech booth, and then in the middle of the show, the computer could start updating to Windows 10.
Yes. So be ready. Be ready. We hope that it's not going to be a spontaneous upgrade. We hope that it will be an informed upgrade. You know, that's the idea. Now, here's the thing. Not all the upgrades to Windows 11 are going to be happening at the same time. So Microsoft is saying that they're going to start the updates late 2021, later this year, and then they're going to continue these. They're going to stagger the updates all the way to the beginning of 2022.
So they're gonna spread it out.
And we have a question here: will current computers be capable of handling Windows 11? Will they need memory updates, etc.? So, not really, because the requirements are actually relatively low. Okay, so we're going to get into what some of those are. As a matter of fact, some of the system requirements: minimum 4 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, most computers have at least 4.
Yeah.
If you have less than 4, you have some real problems.
What does that count for Chromebooks too? Or do they not have an operating system?
Okay, Chromebooks would not be able to run Windows 11 because it's not a Windows platform. And Chromebooks don't really have a lot of people. So market-wise, when you buy a Chromebook, they tell you that it does not have memory. There is maybe about a 16 gigabyte a hard drive in there, but that is just to allow the computer to turn on
to run
and have some basic functionality. It's not really there for saving documents, saving pictures, saving video, things like that. So that's going to be a no on the Chromebook. Okay. Chromebook users are not going to be affected by this at all. This is for Windows users, people on Windows machines. Excellent question. The other requirements, we said 4 gigabytes of RAM. You need to have a minimum 64 gigabyte storage on your hard drive. So it's very, very unusual that I would see a computer with less than 80 gigs of.
Right. Well, unless you have hours and tons of photos and podcasts on your computer. You'd have to clear out a couple of those This American Life podcasts.
if you have to have that. Okay. Well, if you must.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what the cloud is for.
Yeah, absolutely. So 64 gigabyte, that seems small, but when you look at a lot of systems that are having these SSD hard drives that are in there, SSDs are typically smaller, but they're a lot faster, but they cost more per gigabyte only because of how early of a technology it is. But 4 gigabytes RAM, 64 gigabyte storage required for Windows 11, 1 gigahertz processor speed with at least 2 cores. So that they will require at least that. So your average computer is way higher than 1 gigabyte. If you have a 1 gigabyte computer that's running on single core, you don't really deserve even Windows 10 or Windows 7 for that much.
Luckily, I think my laptop just skates by.
Well, you and lots of other people. So there's also this other thing. It has to be secure boot capable. So secure boot capable is with the UEFI, which is a BIOS thing. It's something that the computer runs between the hardware, the BIOS, and its firmware. It's like a firmware version. Basically, if your computer was manufactured 12 to 15 years ago or less, you should be okay with that. Okay. So it's not really designed to run on these older systems. If you're running on a system that's older than 15 years old, that requirement right there may not work for your system. Also, all of your here's something else you could also need to know, and that is all of your accessories that would have worked in Windows 10 should work in Windows 11.
Okay.
So these are things like your printer, your keyboard, any special type of scanners that you have, any type of the
external webcam,
all that stuff. Anything that you have connected to your computer that's designed for that should work on Windows 11 the same way that it would work in Windows 10. They did not say anything about Windows 7 from Windows 7 to Windows 8. But if it's running on Windows 10, it should be running fine on Windows 11.
They say.
So they say. That's what they're saying right now. So they may have to change these words. But hey, continue to watch listen to the Computer Doctor Show for all these updates. Now, those annoying news and interests that will haunt you, like in your lower right corner there, that they try to give you all those notifications. Yeah. By the way, you can get rid of those fairly easily.
I figured it out. They had the little thing with the weather down there.
Yes.
And I right-clicked and I went up to the thing.
The
and
news.
it said to go away.
Yeah, news. News and features or news and actions.
Yes.
You take that and you hit off, and there it goes away.
Nope, no more weather.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it's nice to know things like, but people just don't like it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I want to be able to put it on myself. I don't want anybody telling me that I need to know the weather. If it just shows up after an update, I said, hey, I didn't ask for that. I got my phone for that.
So Windows 11, you're going to have to do that on Windows 11 too.
Oh, boy.
There's going to be a whole bunch of notifications that are going to be defaulted on that we're going to have to go back in and turn off unless you like being bombarded with all kinds of notifications.
I am ready.
One of the nice features of Windows 11, the window snapping feature is improved. You know how like when you take a window and you move it all the way to the left, there's this feature called Snap where it like takes up exactly half the screen, and then you get to choose what you want on the right side of the screen.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
It's really cool.
I'm going to have to try that.
And, well, that's available in, I think it was available in Windows 8 and it may have been available in Windows 7. I'm not sure. But they've expanded on the Snap feature. So, like, when you're in a window and you hit the maximize button, which is that little square in most of the windows, the upper right corner,
it's right by the X.
Right by the X, immediately to the left of the X, you have that square window. And that usually makes everything bigger. Now in Windows 11, when you hit that thing gets bigger, it gives you an option. It gives you, okay, do you want to make it all the way big, or do you want to snap it to the left, snap it to the right, or do you want a three-way snap where we put this one directly in the middle and then two on either side? So that's one of those other interesting apps or features. So
it's not an app. It's a snap, and more than that, it is a three-way snap.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
Now, here is one of the most interesting features of Windows 11. Now, Microsoft might be cutting more deals with Amazon than they will with Google with this. So Windows 11 will allow you to load Android apps. Get this, Android apps through the Amazon store, but not the Play Store. So the Play Store, so just to give a little bit of context here, the Microsoft App Store, is obviously by Windows. Then you have the Amazon App Store, which is on Amazon devices. Then you have the Google/Android Play Store. And you could actually, if you have the Android account, you could actually load Android apps through your Amazon account. So basically with Windows 11, you'll be able to take advantage of the Microsoft App Store, the Amazon App Store, and the Google Android Play Store. And you can run those apps right in Windows 11. The only store that's lacking is the iPhone. Is the Apple Store.
Right.
So if they can find a way to get that would be like the nexus of the universe, where you can have one device that has access to all the app stores that are out there.
Wow, it makes it so much easier for our corporate overlords.
That would be a market share thing. So that would be something amazing. So we're running out of time, but I did want to go to a commercial break. But one more quick thing about Windows 11. Should you get it? So I know I'm going to be asked this question many, many times this year. And my answer to that is I would not do anything, any major releases. Do not install it on any mission critical systems in your home or your business. So if you have a computer that, if that computer goes down, your entire life shuts down or changes, don't put it on that computer first.
Okay.
Put it on some other computer. That way you get to get a feel for it. You get to play around with it. Put it on the kid's computer, some other Mickey Mouse computer.
Like if you have a backup computer.
A backup computer, a knock-around computer. Put it on that.
Okay.
Don't put it on your new thing first, because there's all kinds of bugs that are going to be happening that have not been reported yet. And by the history of the way Microsoft works, they love putting stuff out before it's fully tested. So there's a whole bunch of patches coming up. You don't want to be part of an experiment. You don't want to be part of that experiment. But we're going to take a quick break. So we're going to do some tech anniversaries and look at some other tech news after the break. Our open lines, 520-790-2040. You're listening to the Computer Doctor Show. We'll be right back after this quick break.
come on, man. Alexa, fix my car.
I don't do cars. Take it to Perfection Auto Works.
All right, give me Siri.
Why didn't you listen to Alexa? Perfection Auto Works has been wrenching cars, not wallets, since 1994. Go look at their shop. There are cars lined up around the block. What do their owners know that you don't? I am taking you right now to perfectionautoworks.com.
Yeah, what Siri said. This is Mike Emery from Perfection Auto Works. We do brakes, oil, tires, alignment, general maintenance, major services, and vehicle restorations, all cars, foreign and domestic. Call Perfection Auto Works today, 323-8650. That's 323-8650 or perfectionautoworks.com. The world's best auto repair shop.
Mike, don't let being best give you a swell head.
Ugly Goose Car Rental is new in Tucson, providing a low-cost auto rental alternative for just $100 per week. The only catch? The cars are ugly, but very safe and reliable to get you to work, school, shopping, and all your important appointments. To reserve your $100 a week car rental, call Ugly Goose Car Rental at 520-261-0439. Again, 520-261-0439.
Computer Doctor of Tucson is the best choice in desktop support in Tucson. They fix error messages, power and boot problems, install of software and hardware, and much more. You can come to them, or they can come to you, or even have a remote support session so they can fix your issues over the phone quickly. Give them a call at 261-5508, 261-5508. Visit them on the web at computerdoctortucson.com. Computer Doctor of Tucson, because technology is great when it works.
Welcome back to the Computer Doctor Show, your source for scam awareness, blockchain, science, and cutting-edge technology talk. I'm Aaron Moss, your host, along with Chris from the co-hosting today from the Unscrewed Theater. I wanted to give a shout-out to Portia and Joe and company over at Involta. They put me on a technical question panel at their technical networking event at the Sands Club on Thursday. I had a great time and met some great people. So thank you very much to the people over there at Involta.
Hey, Portia and Joe.
Portia and Joe. Excellent. So before we get into our next segment, Chris, what can you tell us about the Unscrewed Theater?
Well, I can tell you that we have some changes in store at Unscrewed Theater. We're going to make a big announcement in a couple of weeks. But right now, what we are doing is we're staying online. So all of you people who are very familiar with technology know that we've been doing our performances on Zoom, and we're going to continue to do our performances on Zoom. We have an Unscrewed House Party, 2 shows tonight. We have a family-friendly show on Zoom at 7:30, and we have an uncensored show at 9:30. And you can get the links to sign up for those Zoom shows at our website, which is unscrewedtheater.org/events.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Here are some tech and science anniversaries that happened this week. June 23rd, 1989. 1989, a very famous movie starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, Batman.
I knew it was Batman.
Now, the reason why I am bringing this up is because the term man cave, or if you say like a bat cave, like
Right.
something looks like something out of a scene out of like a bat cave movie or like a Batman movie.
Right.
It's a room full of screens and controls and surveillance.
Technology.
Yeah, rooms like that are just so cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they have them in the military, and in submarines.
Yes.
All those screens.
And they have them in situation rooms.
Yes.
Yeah. So anybody that wants to have an eye on lots of things happening, what you need is a man cave or a bat cave or
a Batman cave
situation type of room. I think that's where. And I was actually watching this program where this guy was he was actually an FBI person that does investigations, and they said that when they're designing their situation rooms, you would think that the move that Hollywood would get that information from ex-CIA, ex-FBI and such, but it's actually the reverse. the people that are designing the real thing is actually getting their ideas from the movies.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why we are going to make Star Trek real.
Well, yeah.
We already have.
Well, we had the flip phone.
Right.
Like in the original series, they had that flip phone.
That was the inspiration.
You see how entertaining things can be. Also, June 25th, 1951 was the first broadcast by CBS. And 40,000 people got to see the first color TV show.
Oh, color TV broadcast.
Color TV broadcast by CBS.
There was 40,000 people in 1951 with a color television set?
That's the estimate number of people that saw it. Now, if color TVs were a hot commodity, there may have been 20 people in the room.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
But an estimated 40,000 people saw the first color broadcast TV show. Do you know what the TV show was?
It wasn't I Love Lucy.
No.
That was never in color.
It was a show called Premiere. It was a variety show.
Premiere.
Kind of like the Unscrewed Theater show. It was a variety. Lots of acts and skits and
We have
things
so
like that.
much variety in Unscrewed Theater.
All right. Also, June 26, 1998, Microsoft released Windows 98 23 years ago.
Oh, what? That was in 1998.
1998. It was Windows 98 and 1998.
It makes sense.
That was today, June 26th.
And they just got the bugs out of it.
Well, 23 years ago, hey, but I grew up on Windows 98 and Windows 95 for that matter.
That pastoral hill in your background.
Exactly. We have time for just a few more stories here. A shocking 1,700 vulnerabilities was found in Windows 10, according to StackWatch. A whopping 1,765 vulnerabilities was found in Windows 10, but they were only the fourth person on the list. The top two were actually Linux systems, okay. 2,800 vulnerabilities and 1,900 vulnerabilities.
Oh, wow.
Number 3 on the list was Google Android, the mobile.
My phone?
Your phone is number 3 on the list. Number 4 and 5 and 6 were Windows 10, Windows Server, and Windows, 2 of the Windows servers, 2016 and 2019, 1,400 to 1,700 vulnerabilities each.
I guess that's why we have Windows 11 now.
Windows 11 is not even on the list yet, but hopefully.
Well, it's going to shoot up to number 1.
It just might. Also, number 9 was Google Chrome, the program. So if you're running Google Chrome,
the browser
on Windows 10, you have to combine the number of vulnerabilities with Windows 10 and with the vulnerabilities of that. Wow. So that's a lot of vulnerabilities. Number 8, and then 10, 11, 12, and 13 were other older versions of Windows platforms. We're talking about Windows 7, Windows 8, and such. So the reason why they're able to find so many of these programs is because there's a bug bounty programs. There's over 400 of these programs that are finding white hat hackers to find bugs, and they get paid for finding bugs in a lot of these systems. So
I hope they don't get paid by the bug.
And if you would like to see how many vulnerabilities your computing has, you can go to stack.watch, and that is the name of the website. That's www.stack.watch. Also, the FCC is going to be doing a lot of things with broadband, so make sure you're staying up to that. My name is Aaron Moss, your host and technology expert. We want to thank Chris from the Unscrewed Theater for joining us today.
Thank you.
Tom Fairbanks is at the control board. Listen to the Computer Doctor Show with new episodes every Saturday. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Computer Doctor Show. If you missed any part of this live broadcast, we post all our episodes online at computerdoctorshow.com. Remember, the world is getting more and more tech, and so should you. To stay current with technology, listen to The Computer Doctor Show each week for local and global tech insights. If you have suggestions for a topic on a future show, send us an email at info@computerdoctorshow.com.